to go. So we're only halfway there, folks. So we need you to keep putting that money into. Go to GoFundMe.com, put Wham Radio into the search bar, and then give what you can. $5, $10, $100, $1,000 if you can do it. This is only part way. This is a process. As you know, when you're dealing with the federal government, especially the FCC, you have a number of hoops to cross, and we've got two big ones. We've just hit that financial spot for the first portion. We still have a second portion. Derek, am I right? He's shaking his head yes. So we're only halfway there, but it's a great move after last weekend. Thank you, everybody, for what you've done, because if we can get into an FM signal, the beautiful content, and I believe in this content. I think you do, and Joe, I know you do. We have the best content in Michigan, bar none, and Ohio, and
maybe
5 other
nation.
states.
Maybe
right?
the nation.
Maybe the nation. Our content is absolutely spectacular. We need a better signal to spread this message so people can hear us. And that's Gruber on the weekdays. That's Trigger Talk. That's The Drift. That's Thinking of Art. That's Theron every Monday through Friday. Yeah. This is stuff that needs to get out. So it's a great meal. It's a great deal. We got to that one point, but we're not done yet, Joe. So keep spreading the word. We need to keep that money flowing into that donation until we get to the second portion of it.
Yep, they did not make that clear this morning about the second part, because then it's obviously premature for me to ask whether we could be up and running by October to affect the midterms 2018.
Yeah,
that doesn't seem likely. But I'm not so much worried about your voice. It's my calls that I want to go further out into Michigan. Yeah. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no. You're one of the Joe. Conservative voices of. You're important, Joe. You really are. Like Ed, you're very important. Yeah, I love you guys. You were there for me all these years because I've been doing this 7. Ed's been with me 3 now. This is not the easiest thing in the world to do, to come in on a Saturday.
I was thinking today, and I called Ed last night. I was wavering, not coming in, and then even this morning, it's like, I got so much to do, and I came in, right? So this is not easy. It's for me, it's therapy, right? I've said that a million times. It's therapy. I get to come in and vent my frustration with government and the world in general every Saturday. So I guess I could pay a psychologist. And then I give him his meds and he calms down. That's what I'm here for. I need some medication to get my heart rate and blood pressure down is what I need. But we are. So folks, go to Wham Radio or go to GoFundMe.com, put Wham Radio in the search bar, and give if you can give something, please, because we're only halfway there. It's a great start. Congratulations to everybody for getting to that first goal, but we've got a second one. We're not done yet. Anything else, Joe?
So the best we can hope for is for things to be up and running for the 2020 election. I
would assume. I don't know, though. I have no idea. Call into Theron's show and ask him. He's probably got a really
we were going to go. We got the 60,000, so we could go We could go FM mono. But if we get the other 60,000, we can go stereo.
I actually have an update on when we could possibly be on the FM transmitter. Theron mentioned earlier this week when he was talking to the engineers that there are some falcons that are nesting at our transmitter site, so at the earliest we could be up and running is October.
Okay, well,
because of EPA possible. Or protected species.
Man, if we can get on, give me a month before the election on FM radio, and I will tear things up. I'll go for it.
That would be wonderful timing. That's, again, what I mentioned. I was hoping October. That would be wonderful. That'd be perfect. And you said, is there anything else? I was looking at thedailydrift.com because it's
the news you need to know.
And you have on there an item from Michigan Capital Confidential about more corporate welfare. And, of course, I love at the end it says, at the start of his administration, Governor Rick Snyder called business subsidies the heroin drip of government. But, of course, he's all for them now. They promised us we were going to get back Michigan income tax down to 3.9% from 4.3 it is now. But, of course, none of that's in sight. They're just dreaming up more and more ways to give away, spend, and waste money.
Yeah, and you know what? That's exactly. It's primary season, right? Come primary time, we need to drain the swamp in Lansing, and that means putting a guy who really will make a change, and that guy is Patrick Kolbeck.
I went to the Fire Line event for him last Wednesday night. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pat's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's a rocket scientist. He's got common sense ideas. He wants to save you, the taxpayer, money. He wants things done in a common sense manner, folks. Vote Patrick Kolbeck. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep, they keep trying to, the old adage, well, it's not rocket science. Frankly, my friends, it's about time we try to treat it like it is rocket science, and we get the real rocket scientist in there.
Yeah. So before you go, Joe, because we're winding down the hour, I have listener Joanne out of Ohio texted me, or emailed me at gary@dailydrift.com. You can email me. And she says the FBI has reverted back to its roots, ... the corruption of J. Edgar Hoover. What are your thoughts on that, Joe?
Well, yeah, and I agree with Jasmine on this, too. I think you are too overly optimistic with these IG reports. I don't think anything's going to happen, but if something does happen, I think they will end up going after Page and Strzok to make them to the two scapegoats.
Yeah.
For all the corruption in D.C., it'll be a big dog and pony show to scapegoat them to. Then they'll all pat themselves on the back and tell us how they've drained the swamp. They didn't do crap. They just got two people.
Yeah. Joe, I want to say one thing. I think the push for a second general counsel or special counsel investigation, I think that kind of got hindered by what's the IG going to do. And if the IG comes off too weak, we may see
the special counsel.
We may see that.
I mean, like you and Jasmine both said, right now the fox is in charge of the hen house. It's time to get the fox out of the hen house and put a hound in there.
Hey, if Mueller's part of the swamp and his crew is part of the swamp, if you're going to drain the swamp, pull the plug.
Yeah.
Pull the plug on Mueller and his crew to
Absolutely
start
agree.
with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if we
It's a
get
deflection.
another special counsel, I will be much more optimistic like you are.
Yeah.
And it needs to be someone who's not a DNC donor and has a staff full of Hillary supporters and donors like the Mueller team.
You know who I want? I want Alan Dershowitz.
Yeah.
I want Alan.
could
He's a
argue with
Democrat,
that?
but he's a common sense Democrat. He's an old school Democrat, not one of these
Integrity.
socialist scumbags. And he believes in the Constitution, period. And so, you know what? POTUS, if you're listening at all, if any of your staff are listening, take Alan Dershowitz. He's respected on both sides. Put him as a second special counsel and go after these douchebags that have been breaking the law and breaking the Constitution.
I agree with you. Well, thank you, my friends.
All right.
Take care. Love you. God bless.
Love you too. Take
Gary,
care.
take these two and swallow. Calm
All
down.
right, folks, until next week, read thecurrentonline.com, go to thedailydrift.com, and we'll see you next week.